Imagine waking up one day and realizing your entire career is powered by a beverage that tastes like burnt anxiety. That's the moment most programmers describe as their mindset breakthrough, which is adorable because if mindset were really the secret, half of us wouldn't be running on caffeine, spite, and a Stack Overflow answer written during the Obama administration. People always say they've cracked the code, and they say it with the confidence of someone revealing ancient wisdom. Then you find out the breakthrough was just cleaning their keyboard, not upgrading their setup, not learning a new skill, just removing a crumb the size of a small asteroid so the spacebar works again. Meanwhile, you have those inspirational tech YouTubers who insist discipline is everything, and somehow their apartments look like they were staged by NASA. No cables, no dust, not even a rogue sock. I don't trust. Nobody's that clean unless they're hiding something, like maybe the fact that they haven't actually opened their editor since 2019. But sure, this changes everything, said with the same tone you use after resetting Chrome and pretending it was a system-wide reboot of your life. And once you see through that whole mythology, you start to wonder how any of us got here in the first place, which is its own story. Picture a kid in 8th grade putting a Band-Aid on a friend's paper cut, and everyone immediately deciding they're destined for Harvard Med. That's basically how programmers are created. Except instead of medical school, someone just says, "Hey, you're good with computers," because you made the printer stop screaming once. That's all it takes. One moment of accidental competence, and suddenly your entire future is preloaded, like a cursed default setting. I fixed a printer in middle school, by which I mean I unplugged it and plugged it back in. And within a week, I was configuring my aunt's Wi-Fi, diagnosing my cousin's Minecraft lag, and apparently inheriting every tech problem within a 5-mile radius. It escalated faster than a Marvel movie, except instead of a radioactive spider, my origin story was a half-watched MIT lecture about algorithms that I still don't understand. You do one innocent Google search, like, "Why is my laptop hot?" And 5 years later, you're elbows deep in your family's cable box because someone thinks you just get this stuff. No training montage, no wise mentor, just a slow slide into unpaid tech support. And when that's the foundation, it's no wonder the whole mindset thing starts wobbling, which brings us to what programmers are supposedly known for next. Here's a fun number. The average programmer spends 70% of their time coding and 300% debugging. And yes, the math is impossible. So is the job. Somehow it still feels correct, like one of those statistics your uncle quotes at Thanksgiving that you know is wrong, but also kind of checks out. People talk about programmers like we're these laser-focused productivity machines. Meanwhile, I once forgot leftovers in the microwave for an entire afternoon because I opened a new tab and fell into a Wikipedia hole about the history of duct tape. But give me a browser window with 44 tabs open, 2 docs, 3 stack traces, 1 YouTube tutorial playing at chipmunk speed, and suddenly my brain is operating like a caffeinated octopus. Every tentacle clicking something different with complete confidence and zero understanding. And then there's the break problem. Programmers are famous for saying, "I'll take a break in 5 minutes." Those same programmers wake up 6 hours later inside a stack trace, wondering who they are, how they got there, and why the error mentions a file they've never seen before. It's not focus, it's survival instinct. All of this gets framed as some kind of mindset, which is adorable, because if there's any mindset at all, it's mostly just refusing to let the computer win. And that tiny petty spark is what pulls us straight into the next myth everyone loves to bring up. Let's be honest. The inspirational poster version of growth mindset is adorable. It's all mountains and sunrise gradients telling you to embrace challenges, as if that's ever been the vibe. A programmer's real growth mindset is noticing a missing semicolon at 1 a.m., fixing it, and immediately feeling like a god. On the personal achievement scale, that sits right between changed a light bulb without Googling it and found my keys in the place they were supposed to be. And the wins escalate from there. There's the code compiled, then the code ran, then the most powerful moment in any programmer's life, accidentally fixing a bug and becoming too scared to touch literally anything. You sit there, frozen, like you've just disarmed a bomb by sneezing on it. This is where the true growth mindset kicks in. Not learning, no. It's believing you can improve by rewriting the entire app from scratch at 2 a.m. because a tutorial told you there's a cleaner approach. Suddenly you're in a full internal debate. One voice insisting, "I am learning so much," and the other quietly whispering, why does this code hate me personally? And once you start believing you're capable of anything, that's when things get complicated, which is a polite way of saying the confidence starts leaking into places it really shouldn't. There's a tiny gremlin that lives inside every programmer's head. It wears a hoodie, drinks your coffee, and whispers, "It'll only take 5 minutes." That's the moment you should run, because nothing good has ever happened after a programmer says those words out loud. That's how empires fall. That's how someone at AWS probably blinked too hard and took half the internet down for an afternoon. Confidence is a dangerous thing in this line of work. One minute you're feeling bold enough to refactor a single innocent function. The next minute, your Wi-Fi doesn't work, your terminal is speaking a language you didn't install, and somehow your keyboard is in Dvorak. All because you thought, yeah, I got this. I once tried to clean things up by moving a folder. Just a folder. One folder. 3 hours later, I was crawling through my file system like a raccoon searching for pizza crusts, trying to remember what I even named the thing. I found screenshots from 2016. I found a PDF that might have been my taxes. I did not find the folder. But that's the problem with confidence. Once it shows up, you start to believe you're capable of good decisions. And that's how the myth keeps going, right up until it collapses under its own enthusiasm, which is when you finally figure out what the mindset actually is. Here's the actual secret. It's not genius or discipline or waking up at 4 a.m. to journal about your intentions. The real mindset of a successful programmer is just an unusually high tolerance for frustration, the kind of endurance usually seen in people assembling IKEA furniture while insisting they're having fun. It's the quiet belief that if you keep poking the same problem long enough, something will eventually move out of the way. Not because you're smart, because the universe gets tired first. And every once in a while, you stumble onto something tiny, like discovering a command line flag you definitely should have known existed. And you feel that little spark. That moment where you whisper, "This changes everything." Even though all it changed was how many keystrokes you need to type before lunch. That's the mindset. Not confidence, not clarity, just persistence, powered by snacks and mild resentment. Successful programmers aren't superheroes. They're just people who keep going, because quitting would require documentation. And honestly, no one wants to open that can of worms. And once you understand that, everything else falls into place, which leads to the only real conclusion you can draw from all this. I was supposed to give you inspiring advice. That was the plan. But somewhere between the tabs, the printers, and whatever happened to that folder I lost 3 years ago, things got away from us, which is fitting because that's exactly how programming works. You start with intention, and you end with 30 open windows and the faint sense that you've accidentally become responsible for something important. Here's the truth nobody puts on a motivational mug. If you feel lost, confused, or mildly betrayed by your own code, congratulations, you're doing it right. Lost is the default setting. Lost is home base. If you ever actually knew what you were doing, you'd probably be in marketing. And the wild part is, it's fine. Everyone is just clicking things until something stops being broken. Sometimes you fix the problem. Sometimes you fix a different problem you didn't know you had. Sometimes you fix nothing, declare victory anyway, and go get coffee. All three outcomes are valid. So if you walk away from this video thinking, this definitely did not change everything, good. That means you finally understood the mindset.